Aaron describe our D&D enchiladas like skinny burritos.
That's true.
Because it's factually accurate, at least.
That is true. I do my best.
I mean, I feel like that's not a horrible description, but to me, the defining trait is burritos covered in sauce.
True.
Like a fat enchilada that looks like a burrito, still an enchilada. Hello?
Oh, yeah, we're here. I'm just waiting for Jesse to get back. Oh yeah, so David, what do Tuesdays sound like for you?
Probably better than Mondays.
Oh, okay. Well, we just need to figure out Alina because I think the Brando's going to be out for a long time because of school and schedule.
Yeah, I think I'd prefer Tuesdays.
Okay. I'll see what Alina thinks. I think everybody seems to be pro Tuesday.
Sweet.
Well, you haven't actually said that.
Oh yeah, I did. I think only days that are kind of rough for me are Wednesdays. Thursdays are out for me, but Wednesdays are kind of hard for me because that's usually when our downtown area has stuff going on that we can take Finn to. So I like to have that open in case we want to go downtown and do whatever the locals are doing. It's family night. Let's get some mood music here.
Alrighty.
All right, you're back.
Yeah, sir.
All right. So this takes place over a decade ago. Let me see if we can't get some.
Franklin?
Can you hear me, David?
Yep.
All right. So, over a decade ago, the 8-year-old Zaro arrives in the village of Elmsworth, nestled near the edge of the forest of Amtar, holding tightly to your mother's hand. The village is lively with the preparation for your cousin Morella's wedding. The air is filled with the sounds of laughter and the scent of fresh flowers. Oh, we should probably change the music then. The scent of fresh flowers and the distant hum of music. This is your first time back in Elmsworth since you were a toddler, and everything feels both familiar and new. The towering trees around the village with their swaying branches seem like friendly giants to you, welcoming you back to a place you barely remember. Your mother, Mira, a woman with a gentle smile and warm brown eyes, squeezes your hand. "Look, Zaro, there's your Uncle Findrel," she says, pointing to a man waving from the entrance to the village square. Findrel, a burly man with a thick beard and hearty laugh, comes forward to greet you, pulling Mira into a warm embrace. Mira and little Zaro, you've grown since I've last saw you," he exclaims, kneeling to ruffle your hair. "Your cousin Morella will be so happy you're here. Come, everyone's gathered for the celebration."
Ooh, celebration.
Yeah. Yeah, you look around and you feel a little excited and shy at the same time. I mean, you are 8. Um, you see a bunch of people you barely know. Like, you cling tighter to your mother's hand as you make your way into the square. And the village square is alive with color and movement. Decorations hang from tree branches, and tables are set with an array of food and drink. Guests are laughing, sharing stories, and greeting one another with enthusiasm. Morella, the bride, is easy to spot in her beautiful green dress, her dark hair braided with flowers. She notices Zaro and waves excitedly, coming over with a broad smile. Zaro, it's been so long, she says, kneeling down to be at eye level with you. You look so handsome. I'm so glad you could come.
Who are you?
What's up?
I said, who are you?
Hi.
Who's this woman? That's all of my business.
I am silly. I'm your cousin Morella, the bride. I know we haven't seen each other since it's been probably 5 or 6 years since you were a little one.
Ah, okay. My bad.
Oh, you're good. I am getting married today, and I'm very happy that you're here to see it. It's going to be a wonderful day, you'll see. She stands and she gives you a hug. And then she gives your mother a hug. Thank you for coming, Aunt Mira. It means so much. Your mother smiles warmly. We wouldn't have missed it for the world, she replies. So, as all the guests take their seats in the village square, an older woman named Isolde, the village officiant, calls for quiet. The setting sun casts a golden hue over the gathering, and there is a palpable sense of joy. There is a palpable sense of joy and anticipation in the air. Morella stands with her groom, Torin, before Isolde. They hold hands tightly, gazing at each other with love and excitement. Isolde begins the ceremony speaking of the bonds of love, family, and the promise of a new life together. Her words are warm and full of wisdom, and the guests listen intently, many smiling and nodding in agreement. And you are sitting next to your mother near the front. You listen to the words of the officiant, but your attention just drifts. I mean, it is boring. You glance around the decorations and the guests and the bright colors all around, and your gaze just moves to the edge of the square where you see the trees of the forest of Amtar casting a long, deep shadow as the sun begins to set. So, are you sitting still at the ceremony?
Yeah, I'm trying to be a good 8-year-old. I don't really want to, but yes.
There you go. Oh, dang it! Can you give me like 2 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Be right back.
How's it going, David?
Good. How about yourself?
Oh, doing pretty well here. Just keeping busy. Work is getting crazy, but life carries on, that's for sure.
Yep. So liking the new job?
Yeah, for sure. It keeps me a lot busier than any job I've ever had. It's really social. Uh It's a lot of responsibility though, It's like everywhere else I've ever worked, I've really just been, a cog in the machine, but here it's like, okay, you're literally the only person doing this job. Have at
Oh,
it.
that's still kind of nice.
No, it does, and it feels like a place I can grow. So, as long as they don't hear me talking trash on the owners, because I like to do that. How about yourself? Work is still. Are you in court much? What are you up to these days?
No, like never in court.
No, you hadn't been before. That's
Yeah.
probably good though.
Well, I wish I was in court more. It'd make the
Mm.
job more fun for sure.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm
Uh,
back.
true.
yeah, and it's my job's okay. It's gotten a little bit better. It was pretty
Mm.
crappy for a little while.
Mm.
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
No
Kid,
worries.
kid needs eardrops.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
jubbly.
did not. He did not like that.
I didn't like that either when I had it. Well, I had something different, but I got it.
All right. So, you guys ready? Or I guess, are you ready, Saru?
Yeah, let's do it.
As the ceremony continues, Morella and Torin exchange vows. Their voices filled with emotion. They promise to love and cherish each other for all of their days. The guests watch with smiles and tears, and Zaro feels a strange mix of happiness, but a faint unease that you can't quite place. I sold calls for the exchange of rings, and Morella and Torin slide the simple silver bands onto each other's fingers. The crowd erupts into applause and cheers as the couple kisses. The musicians begin to play a lively tune. Guests rise to their feet and clapping and laughing, moving towards the center of the square to congratulate the newlyweds and begin dancing. So, as everyone begins dancing, Morella, full of joy, immediately spots you, Zaro, and runs over, sweeping you up in her arms. She says, "Uh, come on, little one," she says with a laugh. "Won't you dance with me?"
Sure, I'll dance.
Um, so you say sure with a kind of like a shy giggle, but excited. Um, she sets you down and begin to dance, and something strange happens. The light around them seems to dim, and the shadows at the edge of the square grow darker. You blink, trying to clear your vision, but everything feels different. Um, you you hear a faint whisper, almost like the wind, but the words seem strange, like a distant chant. Can you do a perception check?
Sure. Using my adult stats.
Yeah, that's fine.
18.
All right. So, you hear a deep voice, but it's muttering in a language you don't know. And a Morella, who's looking at you, your face is contorted, trying really hard to listen to whatever this voice is. Her smile begins to fade into concern. She goes, "Zaro, are you all right?" But before you have a chance to answer, a sharp pain shoots through your head, and the world around you starts to blur, and you feel an odd pressure in your mind. Um, so can you do a dexterity saving throw?
I can. 18.
Um, you you as some miraculous form of reaction time dodge a uh flying dagger going through the air. And you see behind you, halfling assassins have emerged almost from nowhere, knives gleaming in their hands, and begin to attack all the dancers. Screams erupt. Your cousin is grabbed and pulled into the darkness of the forest of Amtar, carried off. Can you make another dexterity saving throw?
I can. 10.
Let's do. A halfling has leaped onto the table, and smashes the ceremonial goblet, causing dark liquid to spill and burn. You quickly move out of the way, and the splashing liquid and the falling debris and all the fragments of the shattered goblet, so you're able to dodge deftly. Two halfling warriors are actually deciding to, in fun, duel with each other in the middle of all this. One is cloaked in flames and the other is in ice, and their waves of magic is causing the guests around them to erupt in fiery and icy damage around you, and you can see just bodies just starting to fall throughout the wedding that you were at. Can you do a Constitution saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
The waves of magic between these two dueling, you are able to resist those extreme temperatures and elemental forces, covering your face and kind of shielding yourself from the extreme heat and cold. You run in the opposite directions, try to get away from it. And behind you, you see a possessed child, halfling, spinning wildly, creating a vortex of wind and debris. People are being thrown off their feet 20, 30, 50 feet in the air into the tables and lie motionless. Can you make a strength saving throw?
Oh my goodness, I'm being put through the test. Alright, 19 on that game.
Okay, so you are able to brace yourself against these winds and debris. You just hold yourself down against the ground and holding onto any of these, like the stone structure around you, and it prevents you from being injured at all from this like swirling force. The thunder immediately cracks, and from the sky, blood rain starts pouring.
Oh.
Your red blood rain. It's causing panic from everyone else that's still around the wedding. Can you do a wisdom saving throw?
Mm-hmm. Wow, it's 4.
So you seeing the blood rain and what's happening around you, you lose your composure. The frightening sight. Your breathing starts to be weathered, and you can barely breathe. It feels like someone's standing on your chest. So you are in a panic, which is just unbelievable right now. Nothing around you just makes sense, and you can't even process it or even move. You are frozen. And as you slowly kind of turn to try and look at anything right now, as you are just frozen in the square, you see two giant ghostly bells appear out of seemingly nowhere, and they ring, sending waves of agony all around you, almost like a screaming pain. Can you do a charisma saving throw?
Yes. Can I try to rush up and steady the bells?
You cannot move.
That's the first one.
with that, you are able to shield your mind from some of the pain, but you are unsure whether this is hallucination or real, whether anything around you is real at all. You see out of the corner of your eye the guards from further into town charging at these halfling invaders, at least 20 of them, and they are just being cut down one by one by the multitude of halflings on that are spread out between the wedding and on horseback with spears. It's just pure chaos. Can you do athletics check?
Yep. Yep.
So you try to just you try to move, and your feet actually do start moving, and you just trying to navigate through all the guards to get out. You were just running. You were running, and that is the only thing in your mind is to run. And you are bounced back and forth between guards on horseback and halflings on what look like giant wolves. You're uncertain what you're even looking at half the time. It's just fur and horse and human and sword, but you were able to get out of there with only a few bruises. And you basically you run into the forest. And you can look back and see the shadows of the trees slowly creeping over what's left of the wedding.
Okay then. That wedding went pretty poorly.
Yeah, I would say so. So as the chaos begins to settle, you see figures step from the shadows, uh, cloaked and deliberate in movement. And these halflings try to grab you. Can you make an athletics check?
Yeah, kind of do acrobatics. I think that's
Yeah, you can do acrobatics.
usually a thing for grapples. But yep, 17.
Um, you kind of slip out of the first halfling's grip that he tries to hold you down, and you get up and you start to run away, and two more grab you. Can you make another acrobatics check or athletics check?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, 25.
And you slip through their clutches again. Uh,
Can't touch this. Mm-mm-mm-mm.
I mean, you run into the Amtar, and there is 3 or 4 more waiting for you. You are surrounded, and they say, "Little one, you need to stop now."
I jump over all of them.
Um, make an athletics check or acrobatics check. You attempt to jump over all of them, and you just kind of land in the clutches of one of the halflings because you do not make it. You're small, even though you're almost as tall as these halflings, but they are able to grab you in midair, um, and they just dogpile you, and they say, "Shh, little one, you only make this harder on yourself." And you can see they turn you on your back, and you can see looking up that one of them is slowly approaching with a hand that's glowing purple. Says, and the last thing you hear is the cold whisper saying, "They'll come for you, but not before we've finished what's been started." And that's it.
Okay. Interesting.
I tried to incorporate your backstory.
Yeah. Sound good.
Yeah. Is that what you imagined?
I mean, pretty close. I mean, a few different things like starting age. I was thinking even younger, but like, yeah. Other than that, close.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's good. I couldn't think of why all of your kin would be together for any other reason other than the wedding.
I like it. Yeah, I did not picture a wedding, but I really liked that part of it.
Yeah, at first I was like, well, I could make the whole